Okay, right. Let's have a look at these then, buddy, and then we'll talk about the changes, and then probably sort of just try a little bit and we'll see how it goes, okay? Because, again, it looks very much, I mean, setup changes are very much quick anyway. The backswing changes, you're making them very quickly. So we'll see how we go in terms of making the transition quicker than most. I'm always conscious about giving too much, because if it just gets too much in your brain, you do nothing.
Yeah.
I'd rather you work and almost go away today with a much better setup, as we can see. Spine angle there. The lines in your legs there are much more than that sort of very sort of squat position, okay?
Yeah.
You're able to move now, okay? So if we look at the actual swing you used to make before, as the club went back, it's all right to here, okay? As far as you could go. Now, because you couldn't go back as far, you weren't able to throw the club, what we'll see on the other one, the right-hand side, over the top and causing a bit of sort of slice spin off to the right there, okay? When the club did come back, there was a bit outside the line slightly, cutting across the golf ball, a little bit low in this case on this sort of strike, okay? But because of the knees being a bit of an issue then, sort of that change of height with the knees, you never really knew where that ball was going to be.
Yeah.
It relied on a lot of timing. As we said at the start, when you're on a range, it's kind of the perfect environment. Yeah, no pressure, no consequence. It's a flat lie, it's a perfect lie, and you've basically got 50-second serves, haven't you? Yeah, you get the first one, it was bad, okay, and then you keep finding a good one. Yeah. Whereas on a golf course, you get one go from an uneven lie, especially on Lanish, there's never really flat lies there at all. I mean, on the tees, you'd hope to be fairly flat, but after that's a bit up and down dale, obviously. So you've always got different lies, different consequences, people watching. All these things make the timing very difficult, okay? So if we look at your backswing, where it was going to before, not really that much further back than there. This one here now you're able to move and take this right shoulder and hip there. They're going to go back more. We can see as you go back to the top of your backswing, there's now a backswing, yeah?
Yeah.
That club now is sort of parallel to target line or horizontal to the ground, much more energy being created. Now, what you will find, and this is the move we're going to probably look maybe a little bit at today, maybe give you a feeling of what we could do to try and fix it, maybe sort of next time or going forward. You know, 2024 is kind of your deadline, so we've got a bit of time there, right? But as you start coming back down now, because of instinct, because of the tall you now get this club in a very, very steep position here, okay? So the club now, you can see, as you're coming down, is almost vertical. Whereas this one, because you haven't gone back as far, when you come back down, it's a slightly lesser line into the golf ball. So this is a better angle, but it's a weaker backswing, and the knees are obviously going to cause some problems. This is a better backswing and better knees, but your instinct to sort of throw the club over the top. What we're going to look at is trying to get that club to kind of flatten a little bit as you come back down. Now, the way we would do that, once you've got from here now, because you've coiled up and you've wound up that body, you've got some power and energy stored up, you want to deliver that to the golf ball straight away. What we're going to try and do is, effectively, your back is kind of aiming at the target. If I'm sort of going this way, okay, my back is aiming at you. I'm going to keep that there for a little bit longer as the arms start falling, So the arms and hands will start falling, the club's going to come a bit more behind you. What you do is your right shoulder starts unwinding down to the golf ball, so the club gets a bit steep. Okay, we'll try how this goes in terms of as a swing thought. We can give you some drills here now. I'll draw on here now a line. You can do some swings up against a wall. Now what you will do, and I'll show you in a bit more detail here so this will make sense on the video. When you swing the top of the backswing, you stop, find the wall by just moving your arms and your wrist a bit this way, and then just let the club just fall down the wall, So the club, when it gets up to here, okay, get the top of the backswing here now, get the club on the wall from here, and then just let it drag down the wall. Over exaggerated than what you want to do, but you'll see how far away from the wall your club actually is now. We want to try and pull that club back this way to some extent. So the more the club is behind you from I think it's a right-handed at tennis, a forehand shot in tennis is going to come from behind you, shallow to up, If your racket's coming from high out here, what shot are you going to hit? It's going to be a cut spin shot, So you're effectively hitting the ball with cut spin because of the angle and the direction it's coming from. And that's probably more caused by the fact you're able to move your body more, and you're coiling up the body a lot more. Your brain can get back to that golf ball pretty quickly, Because it's a very different position to what you've been used to. You've been used to being very kind of static with the lower half, lifting the arms up here and going, okay, just dink it down the fairway. Now you're back here thinking, oh my God, I've got to make a big more movement. So we'll see how this goes today in terms of that movement. You might find it a bit of a tricky thing to do. You might find it easy peasy. We will see, okay? Generally speaking, the follow through then would obviously change as a result of this downswing going to change, okay? But yeah, as I say, the main things we're going to take a look at is the setup, which you've got much better. As I say, static changes there, Jake, are just pretty much instantaneous, as you can see. It felt a bit strange initially, but I think going through that sequence of sort of feet together, getting in that position over the ball, and then just stepping your feet apart, you're getting that sequence each and every time, it will give you a more consistent setup, okay? Body turning on the way back here. This is great. Now keep the back to target for longer and just basically let your arms do this, yeah? That's kind of the sensation you want to try and get the arms are just falling down, and that club then just sort of falls behind you. What you do is you go that way.
Oh, okay.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Good, right, okay.